All right, folks, welcome back to Tobias. I am your host, Tobias Elmore, and I'm glad you came back with me. And I know, I don't think you can resist. Even if you love it or hate what I'm about to say, I think you wanted to hear what I had to say. Again, I told you at the end, I don't agree with Barack Obama on this whole post-partisan, let's water under the bridge. No. Sometimes, part of the reason we got stuck in the situation we're in now because we didn't call spade a spade, okay? We didn't call it the way it was. When people started saying that dissent was un-American, when unlike, was it Thomas Paine or was it Thomas Jefferson who said dissent is pretty much the most patriotic thing you could do? When they started to label you un-American, and that happened right after 9/11, everybody was so cowed. It was just this side of McCarthyism for anybody who disagreed with the Iraq War, and they used patriotism as a weapon. These people, I find it ironic that the people who claim that they love America are always the ones who don't even understand what America is. And quite frankly, I'm sick of it, and I'm sick of getting credit to it. We need to start calling these people out for violating the very concept of what America stands for. You want to see what I'm talking about? Then stay tuned. Listen to what this nitwit, wingnut radio host, Dennis Prager, had to say to a group of 3,000 in Minneapolis recently.
Folks, let me tell you something. Equality, which is the primary value of the left, is a European value, not an American value. All right? I know this sounds offensive to half of my fellow Americans because they have been Europeanized in their values. The French Revolution is not the American Revolution. The French Revolution said liberty, fraternity, equality. The American Revolution said life, liberty, and the pursuit of happiness.
Now, see, that's exactly what I'm talking about. I'm tired of this type of crap. Let's just call it simple and plain. People who do not understand what America stands for need to stop claiming that they love America. You can't love something you don't understand. Do you understand me? They don't love the actual America. They only love the concept of America inside their head where everything favors them. He's another Republican that believes that racism, sexism, homophobia are all just evil myths made up by the evil liberal media to keep the white man down. None of these things exist. It's just a bunch of whiners complaining because they can't compete. Just because we own the power infrastructure doesn't mean it's not fair. You know what? Look, these are also the people that are telling you Barack Obama, oh, he's a terrorist, blah, blah, blah. He's going to destroy the country. He's going to sell us out. What do they know about it? You can't defend a country you don't even understand. You can't defend the concept of the country you don't get. America, from its beginning, more in theory than in practice, let's be clear, valued equality, and his statements are antithetical to the very concept of America. You don't believe me? Okay, let's listen to this beautiful language right here. No state shall make or enforce any law which shall abridge the privileges or immunities of citizens of the United States, nor shall any state deprive any person of life, liberty, or property without due process of law, nor deny to any person within its jurisdiction equal protection under the laws. You know where that came from? The United States Constitution. I thought, wait, I thought equality was a European value. What happened? No, equality is not a European value. It's an American value. And it was an American value from the very beginning. You know how I know? Let's look at the very first document that ever established the concept of America. We hold these truths to be self-evident, that all men are created equal, that they are endowed by their Creator with certain inalienable rights, that among these are life, liberty, and the pursuit of happiness. Part of what makes America great is we're the only country in the world where, again, life, liberty, pursuit of happiness, guaranteed in writing. It doesn't happen anywhere else on this planet except in this country right here. The very first document that ever made mention of the United States that gave voice to the concept of the United States said equality is paramount. But this idiot gets on stage and says equality is not an American value. No, and equality is not your value. because equality does you no good because it means you no longer have the power. Or, excuse me, at least you have to share the power with others. These people are just plain selfish and don't get what America's about. And let me tell you something else. Republicans, not only do they hate equality, they hate democracy. You don't believe me? Listen to Republican Tom Davis, Virginia Congressman Tom Davis, be asked about voter suppression. Listen to what he has to say.
In districts like the one I cover, which is held by a Republican, I would think that a strategy of the NRCC would be to try to keep those new voters who might be voting for Obama from, in fact, continuing on down the ballot. Does the NRCC or the Republican Party have any strategy for trying to ensure that that happens?
Well, you're talking about voter suppression, and we would never, ever do anything along that line for the record. I'm just saying, in terms of vulnerability of our congressional candidates, you've got to look at these high African-American voter, urban-style districts, and recognize that it's not business as usual as a candidate, that you're going to deal with an electorate that is significantly different from what you see in off years. And I just think that's the fact.
These guys, they get under my skin. I detest them. Do you understand? I really do. Do you hear what he was talking about? Understand what he's talking about. He's not talking about voter fraud. What he's talking about is a purposeful attempt to try to stop qualified voters from exercising their constitutional rights because they know that when they exercise them, they're going to vote against what Tom Davis and his party stand for. They would rather destroy democracy than have to share the power. To actually let you have your say so, they would rather just keep you. They rather than trying to advocate for what they believe, they'd rather make sure that you can't vote for what you believe. And it's all some big joke. You heard what he said. Oh, we would never do anything like that. Big laugh from the room. These people are loathsome. And if you don't believe that the Republicans don't really care about democracy, equality, anything that America stands for, then listen to Paul Weyrich, who's the conservative guru who back in the 80s basically started the whole value voters thing. Listen to what he has to say about democracy.
Now, many of our Christians have what I call the goo-goo syndrome. Good government. They want everybody to vote. I don't want everybody to vote. Elections are not won by a majority of people. They never have been from the beginning of our country, and they are not now. As a matter of fact, our leverage in the elections, quite candidly, goes up as the voting populace goes down.
And there it is. You heard it. You heard it as well as I did. The man who helped start the modern conservative movement back in the 80s basically said, oh, we don't want everybody to vote. What are you, stupid? We don't want an actual democracy. In a real democracy, everybody's going to think we're stupid, and they're not going to vote for what we want them to vote for. No. Rather than playing on an even playing field, let's just set mines on the playing field, and hopefully they'll run into them and get blown up. These people. I'm tired. I'm tired of trying to play the PC thing and tell everybody, oh, that everybody loves America equally. The Republicans are right. Not everybody loves America equally. The Republicans can't stand America. They don't stand for anything or love anything that it was ever founded on. Equality, democracy, everybody having their say. And if people don't agree with you, your job is not to suppress people who don't agree with you, but convince them to agree with you. But of course, if your message is stupid and it's loathsome and it shows little empathy for others, and it's nothing but fear and warmongering, yeah, they're probably not going to agree with you. You're probably right. You're not going to get them to agree. So I guess the only thing you have at your disposal is to try to stop them from voting.